the band, one that's unprecedented in human history. And so I think this could be what a lot of preachers will refer to as the rapture. But the term rapture is not in the Bible. This is the part where Jesus says, look, you're all going to be changed in the twinkling of an eye. Okay, the mortal, the body of death that we all walk around in now, for the righteous, for the meek, it's going to see immortality. It's going to be imperishable, in other words. And it's going to happen as it's written in what's called a twinkling of an eye. So in short order, it's going to happen quickly. That's why people call it the rapture. We're going to be changed, taken up, and all this is written. But this is what we have. This is the promise that God has given. There's going to be a generation of human beings all living on this earth that will never even taste death at all. So I kind of like that. So if I live to be another day or not, I don't know. That's in the hands of God. And, who knows? Maybe God doesn't even know. I mean, does God know every little thing? I mean, I don't know. I think sometimes God learns from us. He says, well, where do I need to, pour out more grace on you? And, maybe I've got too much grace here. I need to pull back because you're not feeling compunction enough in this arena. And I think that's what's going on monetarily speaking. We see with this government shutdown here. I mean, this is upsetting the apple cart, but this is exactly what needs to be done, contrary to what so many people believe. Even people like Alex Jones, he thinks, well, who's going to destroy the economy? It's the evil people that hate Trump. But when Trump knows that what we need is a big depression, really we need to get our bearings again. We need an economic reset. And this is one way to do it. We can say, yeah, but it's horrible for those that are laid off and they're forced to work and for no pay and they dip it into savings, borrowing money from. It's horrible. Yeah, what, 1 million people or something? Well, consider this. There's about 3 or 4 million people living homeless in America, perpetually, chronically homeless. So where's your heart for those people? You say, well, what about all these poor immigrants and they're being oppressed in their countries and you're being mean to not let them all come up here. And you understand how maddening this whole mess is? I mean, yeah, I'm on everybody's side. I'm not a xenophobe. Let them all in, but let's do this in an orderly, fair fashion where we take care of our own native sons and daughters that are dying out on the street, literally, not criminals. If they were criminals, to be safely ensconced behind bars at a cost to you, the taxpayer, of $50,000 or more or so a year. Okay, for their 3 hots and a cot, you got to take care of rapists and murderers and carjackers and, that's it. That's the state of affairs. So you're willing to spend your money on that, but then basic income comes up. You say, oh no, I'm totally opposed to that. But you're 100% fine with the hereditary wealth, inherited wealth. Well, it's only a few people that get nothing wrong. It's not immoral. It's not unethical. Nothing wrong with that. But it's totally socialist or something, right? But yet I am a fiscal conservative that says, yes, I want your taxes lower. But do you understand? Will you admit? Will you be intellectually honest? Okay, because remember, liars, they're missing the mark. Liars can't go to heaven. They're not like God. Even if you're 99% honest, if you're 1% liar, you're cooked. You're not going to be found fit to enter a better world where there's non-liars there that want 100% honesty, equality in that sense. You understand? 100%. You can't be 99% egalitarian, withhold 1% to be elitist, anti-egalitarian, believing in inequality, because you're going to miss the mark and you're going to be in the same camp with the elitist. Could you imagine being stuck down there with these people that are deliberately evil? I mean, there is people like that are deliberately evil. And like I said, I can't name names. I don't know. I don't have the wisdom of God, the wherewithal to judge. So I do sometimes name names, and I use ad hominem attacks, I know sometimes. And I'm probably wrong to do that. But we've all got to wake up to how people they can really be smooth talkers and really hit a chord. You think, I'm on that side, I'm on that camp. Yeah, I'm with them and my group, my gang, my guys, the Democrats or the Republicans, the liberal thinkers or the conservative thinkers or the socialist thinkers or the capitalist thinkers and all this. And really, you understand what's going on is they're taking us down the same path. If you look on a graph, a trajectory of the direction America's been going since they murdered JFK, we had a money printer's coup d'etat back then. Okay, that's what that was all about. Because if you look up everything I'm saying here, everything I'm teaching and preaching, look up Executive Order 11,110. You'll see that JFK was actively abolishing the Federal Reserve. Okay, and JFK had Democrats. So I'm not, to say I'm loyal to one party, I could care less. Okay, I'm a fiscal conservative, and so was JFK. He cut taxes dramatically. So yeah, he was against a high cost of living. He saw that as anti-prosperity, and he was pro-prosperity. So you see, these people that are running the show, they're anti-prosperity, and they are imposing austerity artificially by manipulating our cost of living. They drive down the worth of our currency. That's called currency debasement. And the way they do it is very, very effective, and it's through raising the cost of living tax, inflation. You understand? So it's stuff you can't get away from. It's imperative that they picked on something that you need to survive, that you need to live, that you need to exist, and that thing was housing. So this is why the bailout of '08 was so outrageous, because this was like the final nail in the coffin for these Politico traders. Really, every single one of those senators and congresspeople that capitulated, and they knew that they were going against the will of 90+% of the American people, and they rubber stamped that bailout. They bailed out the criminals that caused all the problems deliberately. So not incompetence. Don't hand me that incompetence card. No, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. These people have Harvard degrees, PhD, all the whole doctorates, all that crap. Okay. So no. It could have been prevented in many ways. If the Labor Department hadn't been in the pockets of the Federal Reserve, this never could have happened. Okay, because if they had given honest, commensurate, it's all math. Honest means just don't have fuzzy math, to coin a phrase Ronald Reagan came up with. Don't use fuzzy math and calculate it properly, then minimum wage would have gone up a lot more year after year. And employers would have complained, rightfully so. What do you mean by law? I got to pay my employees more. Well, what's going on here? Where's the beef? Where's the progress? Okay, why is our currency going down in worth? Why is this cost of this item keeps going up in cost, driving down the worth of my currency? And we look into it, we find out there's colluding special interest groups that all benefit from raising the cost of housing. You understand? Lenders benefit, real estate companies benefit, landlords benefit, property management companies benefit, investors, speculators, flippers, everybody in that, they all benefit. And the innocent little homeowner, of course, well, they drove up the cost of my housing from market manipulation, colluding, and fixing prices, rigging prices. So I don't care. My equity went up. It's called an unearned increment, which sounds suspiciously like ill-gotten gains to me. But your house, like a car, is supposed to diminish in worth, right? Devalue. That's just what a used car does. That's what a used house does. It's not a new house, it's a used house. So it's supposed to go down. I'm not saying, hey, look, you want to play crony capitalist games with the high-end stuff, have fun. But pick on the people with money to burn. But what they've done is, even though they're getting $50 billion subsidy through Housing Aid money, it's supposed to make housing affordable for those that can't afford housing. You understand? It's exacerbated the problem, because landlords, unscrupulous landlords, have taken advantage of that. They say, hey, well, if they're giving that money away, I'm taking it. I'm not foolish here. I'm not stupid. I got to keep up with my peers in this business. So I got to check what's the going rate. So you find out, who's got the most money to burn, and they can have the highest rent because they can take the most risk at, holding it, and say, well, and when it comes to paying their taxes, they say, well, I didn't rent it all this time. That's a loss. So you understand, they balance against a profit and loss, so they don't even end up paying any taxes. They're getting $50 billion a year subsidy, all these people. Do you understand the irony here, the madness? So then everybody compares, well, that's the price I got to charge. I got to get my prices up because my peers won't respect me if I don't raise my rents, even though I don't need to. But who cares? I got more disposable money and I'm getting richer, so it's all works good for me. Do you understand why so many people go along with this program? Even though it's creating more desperate poverty and homelessness, and the crime rate stays healthy and strong, okay, how it induces these problems in the land. Then we got to have this massive social welfare state set up. And people say, oh, we're going socialist and it's all bad. This has been going on for a long time. Don't play stupid. None of this is happening in a vacuum. Okay, it's like a release valve, steam release. What are we going to do? Well, we got to throw them some crumbs. We can't let them all die. We can't let, women and children and old ladies at least die out on the street. The people will be outraged. They'll rebel. They'll revolt. They'll overthrow.